Pee in the back. People have peed in the back
We
here?
have caught people trying to pee in the back.
Why?
Because they're drunk.
Oh.
And the bathroom line is long.
See, those are the kind of stories that we need to talk about
Oh, there's a
on
bunch.
the season 2 wrap up. All the hidden places around Chula Vista Brewing that you can pee in.
No.
The walk-in cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found someone in there once.
Nice.
Okay, hold on, is it recording?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tell us more.
we've had to sanitize that whole place
Oh, no.
a few times.
Fuck all that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. This time around, we're gonna let you do the intro.
What?
Yeah. Shoot, I don't even know how to.
I don't even remember what you say.
You can just. I should just record it,
You should just record it.
and then bam, sounds all fucking different with the ambient sound and whatever. So, anyways, yeah. You ready?
You want me to do it?
Do you know how to?
No.
Oh, that'd be dope.
I've watched you do it so many times.
Let me see you do it. That'd be kind of dope. Ready, go.
Oh, Dolly's pointing up.
Yeah, is it gonna be like in Wayne's World? We're not worthy. No, what's the with Garth when Wayne leaves and he's like, he's like, do you remember that scene in Tremors where the deuce just blows up? That's what he says. Anyway, yeah.
Yep.
Here's a lemon for your lemons.
Sure is.
Anyways, that would be a good story. Fuck it.
I'm just gonna sit here like this.
And just.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear that? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyways, all right. What's going on, folks? Welcome to the wrap-up episode, season 2 of the Lemonade Podcast. If you're new to us here at the Lemonade Podcast, we go by the saying, when life gives you lemons, we make lemonade, and we pour it onto the world. And with that, we hope to encourage, inspire, and empower not only those of you tuning in, but our guests themselves. Now,
Oh,
today
yeah.
we don't have a specific guest because it is the wrap-up for season 2, and we are here at the Chula Vista Brewery in Eastlake. I always say Lakeside.
Oh no,
So, you guys don't have a location in Lakeside.
we do not.
And
No.
it's
Not
very
yet.
far, as
pretty
I've
far,
been
yeah.
told. Yeah. Anyways, today we have Matt with us. Say hi, Matt.
Hello.
There he is. And we also have Elise. And Elise, say hi.
Hi.
You can reach in there and
how
do all
close do I
stuff.
get?
You can get as close as you want.
You
I
can
don't
move the mic closer to you if you want to.
Okay, that
know.
might
Matt's
be-
gonna hate this part because it makes all this noise. No. Anyways, but Elise is actually the one who she works here.
I do.
You do. She's kind of with Tim Parker, who was on episode 3.
4, 3 or 4.
3 or 4. And he's the owner, half, 50%. No, 49. 49% of
Yeah.
ownership of Chula Vista Brewery, along with his wife, Dolly. Elise, though, she's the one, she's my friend. She's actually the one who hooked us up with the venue here and also the one on 3rd Avenue.
From the last wrap-up.
From the last wrap up, yeah. So that
yeah.
was fun. I see. I guess our next guest. But anyway, so at least real quick shout out to the Chula Vista Brewery,
Yep.
and real quick shout out to you for making this happen for us, to allowing us to be in this space. It's our second time here. The first time we came was with, we did the episode with Tim Parker.
Right.
That was fun. It was short and sweet because, well, at least for him, because he felt like it was a short episode.
He does a podcast and they're like 2 hours long.
Right. I
So-
don't. He's on some Joe Rogan type of shit. So no diss on Joe Rogan, and I would shout him out, but I don't know him.
He does
So-
a whole season in one episode.
Oh,
I think is
oh, we should do that.
It would be a lot easier for editing.
It would be. Just let it play, right? All right, there you go. So Matt, there you go. Season 3 would just be one whole episode. There you go. Anyway, so at least thank you again for having us here with the people that are here. It's a live audience this time around again, and it's just a thing that I wanted to do from the jump with every season that we finish. Just so that we can have that experience, that people could meet Matt face to face, because he's really the face behind it all. I just sit here and talk to people. Wouldn't you agree?
You're the beauty. I'm the brains.
There you go. I thought I was just the mouth, and you're the brains, and the beauty,
Sure.
and the beast, all wrapped into one. So,
Don't
anyways,
forget, she also hooked us up with the season 1 wrap up at the other location on 3rd Avenue.
yes, that was one of my favorite. It was great. She also brought out a cake. If you're tuning in, you can go back, listen to it, watch it on YouTube, and watch the whole damn episode. It's fun because we had a couple people from the first season, on there. Not everybody can make it, but the ones that did were on there, and they just had fun with us. I think Matt had the most fun. And what was the dope part about that was it was September. It was my birthday. It was also that week. It was my birthday. And like I said, Lise brought out a cake. She couldn't light the candle to save her life,
Nope.
but we didn't need it. It was fine.
I think I was like shaking from the nerves and the hangover.
I think it was
And I
mostly
couldn't
the
light
hangover.
anything. It was a little bit of both.
Are you hungover today?
I am not.
Okay, well,
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for not being hangover. But it would be the right place to be here at the Chula Vista Brewery where you could get your drink on. So hey, cheers to fucking another season, Matt. We're not ending it yet, but thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah, no, thank you for being here. Yeah, quick shout out to my nephew Waldo for manning the cameras today. So they turn off. It's on him, Matt. So you
off
get to
the
blame
hook
him.
today.
Got it. Yeah, well, a little bit. Unfortunately today, Mike could not make it. So we do have a little something.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure you'll be able to hear that, which is great. But he had some stuff to do. We're just gonna leave it at that. Nothing crazy. He's doing great. But Happy New Year too.
Yeah.
Happy
That was a
New
great
Year.
one. Anybody do anything crazy?
No.
No. I feel like you might have still been hungover from the year.
It's a little
By this point.
residual.
Oh, see,
Hangover.
I knew it. I knew it. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, Matt, you were out of town.
I was out of town, Omaha and Chicago.
Fun. Yeah. Omaha and Chicago. Was it cold?
Yeah.
How
Like
cold?
Negative
How
12.
cold was it?
Negative 12 degrees with wind chill when we landed in Omaha. And
Jesus. But you guys didn't have any troubles because everybody flying because
yeah,
everybody had.
we left on the 21st, so we left like 2 days before Southwest collapsed,
Okay.
and then we didn't come back until the 3rd.
Yeah,
So they had
so it was
time to
after.
get all their
Yeah.
act back together
Yeah.
before we had to fly back. So
Southwest, get your shit together.
we didn't run into any issues with Southwest.
Dope. Yeah, I like that. Well, I'm glad you made it back because otherwise I would have been doing this shit by myself. And sure, it could be done, but probably not the most ideal. So thanks for showing up.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Elise, thanks
Yes.
again for having us here at the Chula Vista Brewery, for always being there for us and for always just making this happen for us. We do really appreciate it because otherwise, I don't think we could fit as many people as we do here in my little apartment.
We could try.
We could try. We just have to move
This
some stuff.
crowd might fit.
This crowd might.
It would be a little tight, but this crowd would fit.
Just a little bit. And I don't know. It would have to be a BYOB event because I'm not providing all that fucking beer for everybody. So, or we'd have to charge at the door. I like that. So, hey, wrap
I'll
up
bring a
season.
keg over.
Wrap up season 3. A keg and there's a fucking cover at the door. So,
Yeah.
bring your IDs and all the money. Speaking of money, no, we do have some merch today that we got hooked up with. So if you're looking to get a shirt, and we have a little bit of, we have a sticker and a pin. We just have some merch out for people. So if you want to go ahead and get that, we can do that. Reach out and just come to me or my daughter, who's manning the merch table today. Say hi, Penelope. I don't know if you heard that. So, anyways, thank you again, Elise. If it's okay with where'd you go with Dolly,
I can find her.
I would love to bring her on. Dolly, can we? Yeah, all right. Because we have something that I want to address from our episode with her husband.
She has a story to tell.
Oh, we got stories. We like stories.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Yay. Hi, Dolly. How are you?
guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, everyone.
Good. Awesome.
Hello.
So, Dolly, you just give us like the intro as far as who you are and what you do here at Chula Vista Brewery.
Okay, yes, I am. First off, thank you for having me and for
Thanks
coming
having
out.
us. Yeah.
I am Dali Parker. I am the co-owner of Chula Vista Brewery here in East Lake and on 3rd Avenue, and just happy to be a part of this process.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's been quite a journey, so just happy to.
Yeah. No.
Be here.
We still want an episode with you. So this isn't gonna be it because I know there was some. I think there was some confusion back and forth about it, maybe. But we're definitely gonna come back because
Okay.
we need to. But we need to squash the rumor.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard your husband's episode on earlier this season. He talked about his whole process coming up, the Navy coming into the brewery business and all that, and you being his partner, not only life partner, but with the business as well. He did say that you have the majority of the boat, and along with the mini boss, she runs things too. So at least it's great. She helps you guys and whatnot. She made this happen for us too. But the biggest rumor or I won't say rumor, but his claim is that when you guys met, that you were stalking him.
He would say that.
Okay, so I just want to know personally if that is true.
That's funny because I always tell everybody, whenever you encounter both of us, there's his version, there's my version, and then somewhere in there, in between, is the truth, right?
Yeah, that's just how it works. Yeah,
that's pretty funny. No, so we did meet downtown. We met out just at a club.
Yep, he said he was out clubbing.
Yeah, so he was in his party phase. I was in my party phase,
Yes.
but when we met, it was like we were both out and we were probably hanging out at a lot of the similar places. Like he was with his party friends, I was with mine, and so I'm just happy that he was persistent and that he didn't stop, because it did take us a long time from when we first met to like get together.
Okay.
But I remember the first time I met him, he was so tossed. He couldn't even stand. And I remember looking at this guy and being like, oh my gosh, this guy is like standing, like swaying, like he can't even, let me buy him a water. So I went and I bought him a water bottle. So that was how we first met. I actually went and bought him a water bottle because I was like, this guy needs to hydrate.
I can see how you could confuse that with stalking.
Right.
Very
I think
similar.
his nights are a little bit mixed up, but
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, you were not stalking.
no.
Was he? No. Was he at any point stalkish? I'm just saying. This is your time to speak. No, I'm just fucking with you. No. But Dolly, thank you for coming on, for allowing us to be in this space. Also, I remember being us at the wrap up. You were there to greet us. It was such a good experience overall. So if anyone's ever in San Diego, you do live here out in East Lake, out on 3rd Avenue on Chula Vista, come see Dolly, see Tim, see Elise, get a couple brews in you. Don't drink and drive. And if you're swaying back and forth like Mr. Parker did when they first met, get you some water, or find yourself a Dolly and have her get you some water. So thanks again for having us here and for doing what you do. We do have to get your episode, so we're gonna have to schedule that.
For sure.
I have to talk to the boss, or do I talk to you?
Yeah, we can.
I know Elise is the one who coordinates everything.
Make something happen. Yeah, super excited. This is season 2 for you guys, right?
Yeah, we just finished season 2. Yeah. So season 3 is almost done.
We've got a couple episodes left to record for season 3.
Literally.
That's amazing.
And then the wrap up.
Nice.
So if it's all right with y'all, no pressure, we would like to have it again at the Chula Vista Brewery.
Absolutely.
It could be there out on 3rd or here in East Lake. So
nice.
Whichever one's available. I know you guys, you'll probably be back.
Yes. So 3rd Avenue, we reopen next Thursday at 12.
Okay.
January 12th at 12.
There
so
you
that's
go.
when we open. So it's going to be slightly different. We're changing the vibe up in there a
I
little
like
bit.
it.
So a lot to look forward to. And we're just super excited. Can't wait, just to get back into things and hit the ground running.
Do you guys have any, at least for you, Tim, for the business, any, like, I know you said you just changed up Chula Vista Brewery out in 3rd. Anything, like any resolutions for the business, even maybe a personal one?
Yeah, that's a great question. For us, I feel like one of the biggest challenges that we learned in 2022 is when you think one of the things that you could always rely on all the time is change, right?
Yeah.
Because that's
Change is
inevitable.
constant.
It's always going to be around. And, if you don't like change, you just have to learn to embrace it.
Right, definitely.
Because that's going to be your constant all the time.
Yeah.
So just take it in. Don't resist it. Go with it.
Right.
Go with it, because when you just kind of stand back and observe and watch, and instead of fighting it and ask, why am I going through this challenge? Everything's a lesson. Everything is a beautiful opportunity. So just surrender to it and take it with open arms. And for us, that's kind of what, hitting year 1 here in East Lake, that's what we learned is you can make all the schedules and planning and, set your goals for the year. But really, things are going to change so much throughout that, and just go with it.
Right. Yeah, and I like what you said, when it comes to challenges, to embrace them and be part of the change. I know you can sit there and be like, oh, things are changing, and you're just like, oh, irritated maybe with it. But I think when you embed yourself and become instead of being a spectator, you know, be involved. You know what I mean? Be a participator.
Yeah.
You know, even within the change. And I think it's gonna you might mold it a little bit more for you, so you're a little more comfortable within that change. So instead of just sitting by, just letting change happen, and you're miserable, then you know, like you said, embrace that.
Yeah.
It's always great. So
I love that.
congratulations, you know, on the new year, on you
Thank
guys
you.
reopening up Chula Vista Brewery on 3rd Avenue, and we can't wait to see the change and be there again next wrap up. So,
Yeah, thank you.
again,
Looking forward to it.
of
Yeah,
course.
thank you guys.
So I think we have somebody else here. I think Mac is here. Am I tripping? Mac? That Mac? Is that Mac?
Oh, yeah, it
Mac.
looks like Mac.
Mac. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's Mac.
yeah. That's a Mac, not a T. So, but yeah. So, thanks, Dolly, for,
Yeah,
for
thank you
being
guys.
here.
Thank
yeah,
you
yeah.
so much. Thank you.
We'll catch up again because we got to do the. I think you'll be season 4.
For sure.
Yeah,
We'll
so-
be in touch. We'll make it happen.
for sure. So, toast. Yeah.
Salud, good. Cheers.
Anyhow,
Thank you.
Matty Ice, do you have anything that you're looking to change, or maybe a resolution, or for New Year, maybe for the podcast?
Yeah, I'd like to get back into the same physical fitness shape
I
that
like
I
that.
was in my early 20s.
That's
I'd
a long
like
time
to
ago.
shed the little Michelin tire I've been growing around my stomach.
Oh, I have a few.
I'd like to become a millionaire.
I like that. Yeah.
I'd like to own a house.
Yes. Okay.
Basically anything that's impossible right now.
right
I
now.
want it.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I like
But
it.
I think I'm going to settle for just continuing to work on the videos on YouTube and develop my skills as a video editor.
For sure.
Yeah, just try to contribute what I can on that side.
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoy what you do. I mean, I'm here, I'm part of it. I see it as, you know, but I'm in it. But when I watch it, it's very, very different. I'm not really surreal, but I like what you've done even from the beginning. I've seen your growth. I know a lot of people on there, you know, don't comment. I know I always harp on, hey, people need to comment on here so that Matt can see, because once again, Matt is not on social media.
Yeah.
Period.
Well,
but
I know, like, we've talked about it,
yes.
but, like, we haven't talked about it. But if you're watching the YouTube videos of a podcast, they aren't always that interesting, because a podcast is a conversation. It's not meant to be a visual form of entertainment.
Right.
So when you record the podcast and then put it on YouTube, you want it to be more entertaining than just a conversation.
Yeah.
So trying to find ways to change it up by, like, changing camera angles, changing filters, adding, like, little jokes and
Yep.
GIFs and stuff. Just, you know, trying to keep it as interesting as possible if somebody chooses to watch it on YouTube.
No, for sure. I think that you do an amazing job. It's not just me saying that. It's just, once again, your evolution from day one till even now. And I know that you can tell, like, I personally have seen the little things that you found, and you kind of adapted to yourself and whatnot. So it's been great to see that your growth within that. And I like that you are, yes, being a millionaire this year may be impossible. Maybe purchasing a house may be impossible right this moment. But I like what you said about, you know, just your own personal growth and your own personal work that you do on yourself, whether it's physically, even mentally. You know, those are the things that I'm aiming for this year, you know, as we begin the new year. And I'm not a New Year's resolution type of guy. I tried and it doesn't work, so I don't stick to any of that. But I do like the idea of the evolution instead of a resolution. And I like to think that, you know, when I'm looking at myself and I'm like, oh, I want to evolve to this, whatever it may be, I'm going to work on that part. And it doesn't have to be overnight. I got a whole year and a couple extra, you know what I mean? But it's good to have people like me to push you, because I'm sure that I'm going to surprise you with, like, hey, we're going to run a marathon this year. That's an achievable goal. Just saying.
I like to think of it as, like, I'm a big, like, Frank knows this, I'm a big James Bond fan.
Yes.
My wife and I are both big James Bond fans. And I like going back and watching the old films with, like, Sean Connery. And now that I'm on the spot, I can't think of the other guys' names. But the older films. And I like watching the progression of the intros to the Bond films. Because each Bond film has, like, a unique intro that they made for it. And you can tell that the technology and the techniques evolved as they moved through the films. And, like, each intro is like its own little film in unto itself. And so I like thinking that when you go back and you watch the YouTube episodes of this and you watch through them, it goes from crappier to less crappy.
Yes.
And maybe eventually it'll get to good.
No, I mean, I think from when you started not really knowing a whole lot, you picked up on it. From the beginning, I'm always like, oh, Matt's the tech guy. I knew that you were gonna catch up on it quick, because you're way more technical than I am, and I wish I was. But
in terms of using the computer and the software, that's our biggest challenge so far has been microphones.
Yes, but I figured
several episodes, like Mac's episode, where the microphone audio didn't really turn out the way we wanted it to, but we've upgraded.
We've upgraded a little bit. Look, we're doing what we can here to bring you a little bit different quality to the show. It's not much, but it's something. But speaking of Mac is here, and if you want to maybe make your way all the way around, and he was on our last episode 7. If you haven't caught it, he is a shibari artist. And Mac, welcome back. Hey.
See you, brother.
How are you? Hey, man.
See you.
Have a seat.
All right.
Don't fall.
How's
it going?
It's going very well.
Good. Thanks for making it.
Girthier than last time.
A little what?
A little girthier than last time.
Yeah. Thank you for making the trek again.
Of course.
And this one's a little farther out.
A little bit. Yeah,
Just a little bit,
70 miles door to door, but it's
there
worth
you go.
it.
But we got beer.
We got beer.
We got beer this time. So hey, cheers. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thanks for for being here today. You'll be all right. It's not gonna go.
All right.
Yeah, try not to whack it too much.
You'll be all right. Thanks for being here, Mac, for coming out once again, for being part of the whole Lemonade process, for coming on, telling your story. Like I said, I thank you, and I thank every guest every time they come through. We thank them for the story, for the energy, and all that. Do you have anything going on this year, or maybe like a resolution?
Well, I heard you guys talking about resolutions and plans for the year.
Yeah.
So both my girlfriend and I started bullet journals. You ever heard of that?
Bullet journals?
Bullet journals.
No.
So instead of like a normal diary, it's a mindfulness method.
Okay.
You're writing down your tasks for the day, your goals, and you'll have different spreads for further on projects, kind of thing. And each evening, as we kind of wrap up our day, it's like, oh, I didn't get this accomplished, so I can forward it on to the next day.
Okay.
You do kind of the Bruce Lee thing where you're keeping in the good and you're getting rid of the wasteful or the bad.
Okay, I like that.
It's a great way to track
Google
that.
Calendar.
Exactly, but it's forces you to slow down because you're writing it. Yeah. She's the more artistic one, so her spreads are all like drawn out. And she's got cool stickers and stuff on it, and redid the cover. And I'm just sitting there with chicken scratch. I can barely read. But yeah, that's kind of the thing, is keeping everything out of your brain and onto paper. That's kind of my goal, because I was overwhelmed a lot last year with just trying to keep track of everything. So that's
I've been there. I mean, for a while I did the journaling thing. I saw somebody had suggested it. I've been suggesting that for a while, but it does force you to slow down, to just jot down your thoughts. And I do the chicken scratch after a while too, and I'm like, I can tell like my brain's racing and I'm trying to write everything down, but it's good to slow down. I actually, since it's been raining, this past few fucking weeks here in Southern California, this is our winter, I actually went hiking in the rain, and it was glorious. There was no one on the trail, so that was awesome. But it was super quiet, and just, I don't know, it was just one of those moments when I realized, like, this is what does it for me. This is my slowdown. That's where I just tune in. And though in the beginning my mind is racing all the fucking time, like I learned to at one point just kind of hone in, and I was calm. I was at peace. And those are the things that I figure like I haven't done last year enough, to get me to a different level creatively, because I've also noticed that creatively I haven't been so creative.
Things can kind of stagnate if other things draw your attention and your energy.
So I'm like, and I get it, it happens. But the thing is, I like the creative part of me, that to explore a new part. And in order to do that, I feel I had to dig a little deeper within, and so I have to do the things that put me at a halt, at a stop, even sometimes, because if I just try to push through things, it's not as clear as it was when I was in that day, and everything just kind of like honed in, like I said, and I was so at peace, and I was calm, and I was like thinking much more clear. It's a meditation uptime,
Almost,
so,
yeah. Makes you a lot more effective in other ways.
Definitely does.
So, how'd you spend your New Year's evening?
Wet.
Yeah,
wet.
Yeah, we got pretty wet too.
Yeah.
We were in an outdoor hot tub in the rain.
Oh, nice.
With some
I love
friends.
It. Yeah.
bourbon and cigars, but trying to keep the cigars lit.
Right, because of the rain. Yeah, man, it was crazy. It was insane. Like the rain didn't fucking stop.
Out in the storm, waiting for the ball to drop in the hot tub. It was great.
Yeah. Nice. No, I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I like the rain. I'm a fan of the rain. Some people don't. I like the cold. I enjoy it as well. So, but your girlfriend Autumn is here.
Yeah.
She came out with you. We're scheduled for an episode with her. If I look at my Google calendar,
season 4, right?
Season 4 for sure.
She's stoked.
Yeah. So we're looking. I know you mentioned that she had an incredible story. I don't know how she would be able to top yours. You know, going over
easily.
Yours was great. Yours was dope. I
just could have better audio quality.
Yeah.
We could start off with that, but we fixed that, So we're evolving ourselves. Our resolution, I think this year, honestly, is at least for me for the show is to kind of slow down a little bit. We've been pumping them out like clockwork, right? So we're kind of take a little bit of I don't want to say hiatus, a little bit of a break to give us a break, but also to kind of sit back, have meetings, and really try to bring or just elevate the content that we create. You know, with the Lemonade podcast. You know what I mean? So
reset. That's what you got to do sometimes.
For sure. Yeah. It's amazing what that can do for you. You know, especially mentally, because it's almost like a pressure that is caused whenever you're trying to like just pump everything all at once, and you're trying to keep up even with yourself. When even Mike, who's not here, you know, he's like, yeah, man, take your time, just slow down. You don't have to do like all at once. Like, hey, we got some time. We already exist. Because I'm like, oh, let's go with this season and that we need this, and he's like, I get it, but like we already exist. It's all right. We're already out there. So
getting established often is that first major hurdle. But once you're in, you're in. You don't coast, but you can meter yourself, make sure your quality never dips in favor of quantity. And so I like what you said though, because when it comes to the quality of it, I think we're gonna elevate a little bit more by adding, better equipment. Working with the audio. Working with the visuals, even Matt every day, as he continues to grow within the process of editing the videos, you know what I mean? Like that just adds more value to our show and the quality of it, as far as I see, But Matt, thanks again for like I said, being part of the process, coming through. Thank you. And just being part of this little dream that I had, this little dream that I decided to like reach out to Matt and say, hey Matt, I got something, what do you think? He smiled and said, all right, I'm down. And so we made it into reality. And it was never for us, it was never for me. Maybe Matt's a little more, it's for him. But it was never for me. It was always about the people that are on, such as yourself, to come through, tell their story, and just showcase their talent.
Is there? Can you give us like a sneak peek into your Shibari world for 2023? Like any big projects coming up that you're excited about?
Boy. Yeah. So 2023, I'm going to be a busy boy, quite a bit. So between LA and San Diego, I have 2 different entities that have approached me for less of the artistic hands-on stuff, but more of the teaching route.
Oh yeah, so I like that.
In San Diego, we'll see how it works out, but I'll be doing a lot of particularly safety and awareness training for people.
I like that.
Another thing would be like, we're doing full-on suspension workshops. So big open space, lots of different couples, all different demographics you can imagine, hanging from the ceiling and having a great time.
Just hanging out.
But doing it safely and responsibly to where they get the desired outcome and not the kind of scary things that we've seen in the past.
Wow. No, that's dope. So congratulations on it. That's like next level shit for you.
Well, I'm definitely honored to be there and to be, considered for that role. But that's kind of what I wrapped up my military career doing. Was I was a teacher in a schoolhouse and I loved it. So there's a big win there for me, and it suits a lot of my lesser used skills. Right. So
it brings them out,
connecting to people and bringing them up. Like you say, you're upgrading your setup. I want to upgrade kind of the Shibari rope world in the area.
Especially the safety part of it. I like that because I think I even emphasize on like the what we put out on Instagram when presenting these episodes. I was like, oh hey, this is Mac, and he talked about this, the safety of it, because that's something that people forget, and especially people. This is just me, but people that are looking at Shibari and they're like, "Oh man, that looks scary." Well, people don't know, right? They're like, "They're scary," and it can be obviously.
Well, it's even more dangerous. People look at it
Exactly.
and they don't realize how scary or how dangerous it could be,
Right?
And they get a little too big for their britches, and end up dropping somebody, or there was quite a hassle this last year. Some people rushing into things without the proper training or without the mentality of like, hey, I'm involving another human being into this. I need to be careful with them.
Right.
So
you get interested in something and you do 10 minutes worth of internet research on it, and you teach yourself just enough to be dangerous.
Yes.
To yourself.
Absolutely.
My favorite quote. I don't know a lot, but I know enough to be dangerous.
There you go.
I learned that in the Army.
That's scary.
I was gonna say that. And you guys, you're a Marine.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was in the Marine Corps. I kept hearing, if you can't wow them with your knowledge, dazzle them with your bullshit.
Exactly.
I like it. Or if you can't tie a knot, tie a lot. Aerosol.
No.
Shout out all the aerosol people out there. So and all my red legs too, because you're a red leg, right? Right? Did artillery? Am I tripping? Yeah. So
Yeah.
You can tell because you're like, you got the artillery ears, just like me.
Turn the good ear to you.
Yeah.
Sit on the wrong side.
My ears actually switch. Sometimes it's the left, sometimes the right. I don't know which one. So it's something that the VA takes care of now, ish. But as I get older, I'm like, huh?
That's my other goal for the VA. 100%. You guys owe me.
there you go. What? No, I'm just
I still have to do any kind of claim. So that's my goal for 2023.
Well, that's a great thing. Even in these kind of niche communities, I always run into someone who either has worked for the VA or knows the ins and outs of it.
Shit.
And I've gotten advice from a dozen different sources that took me from nothing 4 years out of the military to, well, now like 90% in 6 months.
Yeah.
So fighting for that last 10, I mean, I was limping up just because of, what happens.
But, man. Yeah. And I like what you said, with even the community, you know what I mean? Like this network that you create once you begin knowing this and that people, whatever. So, but when it comes to the Lemonade podcast, that's what I essentially, I suppose that's the essence of it, to build this community, to bring it together. So-and-so don't know this and the other, but now we do. You get to come on here and listen or talk about your story, and everybody gets to hear that part. But at the end of the day, the more people you know, the more plugs you got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then in a community, especially like in yours, per se, the safety part of it is very essential. You want to take care of people. What we want to do here at the Lemonade Podcast, once again, is to showcase the people, that come on, build this community, and to grow from that. Not only us, but the people that are listening, the people that are coming on, So I appreciate that. Thank you for your service.
Of course.
Thank you for yours, Matt. I know you're a little bit
well.
Oh, thanks. And thanks to Tim Parker and Ms. Dahlia Parker for having us here at the Chula Vista Brewery. Here at the wrap-up, season 2. Matt, we did it. I think this is going to be it for us for today. Thank you for everybody that showed up. Got my sisters, got the fam, got other folks here, Elise, and thank you for having us again. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in this far, whoever came out and whatnot. But most of all, man, just for the people that have been on the show, like Mac, who showed up to tell the story and just to showcase what they got, the gifts that they're living in, to allow to share that with the rest of us. I'm always a fan of the people that I have on. That's why I have them on. But I find out new things, and I become more of a fan because the more I know the person, the more that I appreciate their art. So, I appreciate you even more today because of that. So, but no, thank you for showing love. Thank you for everybody that came out. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in and listening throughout season 1, season 2. If you are still listening, appreciate you. Matt, got anything for us?
Just remember to like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot.
And shout out to Mike for putting all the content that he does out on IG, Facebook, all the social media shit, like all that. He makes all that. I'm not that creative. I don't know how to paint, put shit together. That's why I take pictures. So shout out to all my photographers.
Also, shout out to everyone else who's also been on the show, season 1, season 2, here or not.
Yep.
You know, they helped build what this is today.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, we wouldn't be here without them. You know, otherwise it'd just be two guys.
Yeah, if we ask people,
mostly one guy.
If we asked people, hey, do you want to be interviewed on our podcast with like 50 followers, and everyone was like, no, we wouldn't have a podcast. So.
Yeah, and actually we have 53 now. So shout out to everyone who's actually subscribed to our channel, and thank you for everybody who's reposted, liked, you know, showing us love every time that we post. You know, for the DMs and all that stuff, man, and all the interest. And once again, this is a wrap up season 2. Thanks again to everybody, and we'll see you on season 3 in a couple weeks.
3 comes after 2, so
it does. Math is hard. Once again, I was artillery.
Same.
Yeah. See. Yeah. So hey, thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Yes, sir.
On to season 3.
Yeah. Boom.
Bam.
Yep. You good? You can leave it running,
guys?
bro. Yeah, we good. Thanks again, man. Appreciate you, man.
Good seeing you again.
yeah, thanks for coming down.
Season 3 already wrapped. You're just gonna release it, or
Would we have?
We have like 1 or 2 more episodes to record for season 3,
And then we'd begin the editing process. You know, that's why we do it in bulks, so that we can just do the editing and then put it out. So it's easier that way. That's what I learned when I was researching.
release a good product.
Yeah, man. I do what I can. So, but yeah, thank you.
Of course, man.
All right.
Oh yeah.